I know that.
Yeah. But the interesting thing is, I always remember my upline in America telling me that he said, look, an imperfect plan implemented today is better than a perfect plan implemented tomorrow. So the fact that you're physically out there doing it, you will get the perfection as you go along. And doing will give you the power, and it will also improve your technique as you go along.
Yeah.
I'm a lot better person than I was 28 years ago when I first got in the business, because I know what to say to people now. That
exactly.
If a dog stopped me in the street when I first started, I'd tell him about Juice Plus. That's how bad I was. I was like panic about it. But now, you're much more controlled in terms of where you are.
Yeah. I'll get there. I know I will. I will.
Yeah, you will. Yeah. Good. And Safia, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, where are you?
I'm in Germany.
Yeah, whereabout?
Do you know Stuttgart?
I do know Stuttgart very well.
Yeah, so I'm like an hour away in a town called Heilbronn.
Okay.
Yeah, which not many people do know about. But
no. And how's the weather out there?
It's holding up. It's all right. It's still nice and warm, but just a little bit grey, but that's manageable. Yeah. It's not too bad.
But I said I was going to Scotland to play golf this weekend. My brother said it was 6 degrees in Aberdeen last night.
Oh, ouch.
I don't think I've ever seen 6 degrees for 4 years. Never mind that. So I think I'll be packing some thermal, very warm clothing, a few hats and gloves and things like that.
Definitely. That'll be fun though.
Yeah, good. Natasha, how are you?
Hi, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, how's life up north?
Yeah, it was lovely and sunny today, and I've left the windows open, come up to my bedroom and I'm freezing.
My recollection of up north is it always rains at a little band in the middle of the country.
Yes, literally it's been raining. Today's been really lovely and hot, so the window's been open and I've come up.
Yeah,
it goes cold quickly, but it is October now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, in Portugal, we haven't seen any rain since April.
Haven't you? Oh,
if you could ship some over to Portugal, they'd be very pleased about that.
Okay.
All the reservoirs are getting dry, and it's amazing. It's just the difference. But in October, this is the month that it starts to rain again. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'll be over soon.
Fantastic. Azra, how are you? Oh, you're still on mute.
Yes, I'm unmuted now.
There we go. Yeah, where are you, in Gibraltar?
I'm just by the border. I'm in La Linea, outside Gibraltar.
Okay.
I'm crossing border every day, twice a day on my bike.
Fantastic. I always remember when we used to come into Spain to play golf at Sotogrande, we used to fly into Gibraltar and then walk across the border with our golf clubs and then hire a car in Spain because it was cheaper to do that than it was in Gibraltar, and then go off to the golf course. Yeah. So there was all these kind of like mad people walking across with great big bags, heavy bags of golf clubs.
Yes, well, it's lots of people crossing every single day. So yes, but it's very warm. It's actually quite hot at the moment.
Yeah.
Still nice and sunny, so which is nice.
Yeah. Well, we had 28 degrees today, so I'm sure you're just along the corridor. You're not that far away, are you?
Very similar, yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay, so shall we start the call? I've got it recorded because I think it's important. Some of the chit chat that we have, it's nice to kind of hear everybody's feedback and all the rest of it. Harriet, do you want to put on your camera? Alicia, do you want to put on your camera? Because I think it's important that we put our cameras on so we can take some pictures and all look as though we're enjoying, kind of life. And nice glass of wine, Astra.
Oh.
Sadly, I've just finished mine. Harriet, are you there? No? Yeah? I know what you students are like. There we go. Great to see you. Alicia, camera, please.
Alicia's not feeling very well, so she probably won't be putting her camera on. I said she could just come on and listen.
Can she put a picture up for us?
I don't know.
The A. She hasn't got a picture. Anyway, how are you, Harriet? Oh, you're on mute. Mute.
I'm
That's
good.
it.
How are you?
Yeah. So back to uni?
I'm doing an entrepreneurial placement year, so I'm starting my own business for the year.
Excellent. What are you doing?
Mindfulness diaries.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, so.
Oh, that's good. That's exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot to learn.
Okay. So listen, thank you very much for allowing me to come on, because I believe there was a little bit of a kind of crossover. No, where's Rachel?
Rachel's just putting the children to bed, and she'll jump on as soon as she can.
All right. Okay. So anyway, I thought I'd kind of like jump on and kind of like let's do some kind of interactive training and all the rest of it. That's better, Alicia. Let's do some interactive training. And one of the things that I think we need to do is sometimes we need to press the restart button. Would you all agree?
Yes.
Yeah. And sometimes it's on a daily basis. But the start of a new month is always a good place to start a restart, because we've got a whole 30 days or whatever, 28 days, where are we now, October. So we've got 29 days to really kind of kickstart the month. And I'll tell you a little story. I saw a post on the NMD website today, and it was an NMD had posted up, and she said, oh, I'm really going to kick it this month. I'm going to do something. I've set a team goal, and this is a very interesting one. I've set a team goal for 50 new customers this month.
Wow.
Every time you get a new customer, we're going to down count from 50. So when you get a new customer, you put in the team group 50. If you get another customer, you go 49. Then you go 48. Then you go 46. Then you go 4, and you go all the way down to number 0, basically. So I thought that was a great thing to do. And it's a bit like pressing the reset button. And I say this to everybody: if you don't have a target, you're never going to reach it.
Yeah.
Never going to reach it. So you need to have a target, whether it's for you, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for your team. That a target is so important in terms of to aim at. And listen, you all know I play golf, and if I was to kind of not point my direction towards the pin in terms of where I was hitting the ball, I'd go all over the place. So your target is always where you point yourself. And, the same with our particular month. And one of the things that a lot of people do is they don't verbalize their targets. So, by kind of committing that you're going to kind of do something is, again, so important. And I come back to the fact that we had someone else on the NMD site, and this lady we were talking about how many times you qualified as a qualifying business. This lady had never missed qualification in 4 or 5 years, but she was in doubt of actually creating and qualifying her business this month. And the support she had from the NMDs was unbelievable. But what one particular person that kind of stood out was Jerry McKinney. And he basically said, look, whatever you do, you're going to do it, but do it for your family, do it for your reason, do it for why you're doing Juice Plus. Don't do it for yourself. And yesterday she posted that she'd actually cracked it and she'd made it and she was qualified and she made a bonus and all the rest of it. And that's how you got to be, really, at the start of the month, not at the end of the month, at the start of the month. And seeing yourself as to what you have to do to achieve that goal that you've set yourself. Yeah, do you all agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you all know my story, but let me just tell it, because we're recording this tonight, and I think it's important to understand where I come from and, kind of see what you kind of animal you're dealing with. But I had no terms of reference to network marketing when I first started. Nothing at all. But what I did have was I had a professional qualification from being an accountancy student. I went to a chartered accountants contract and all the rest of it. And one of the things that I understood was that if I was to understand what I was doing, I had to educate myself and I had to put myself through an education. And what I realized was it takes time. Yeah, to become a professional qualified accountant takes 5 years, right? So what if I applied the same principles to network marketing? Let's give it 3 to 5 years and see what would happen after that. When I first came to the meeting, that's exactly what I thought. And here was a way that I thought that you could earn residual income for the rest of your life if you work 3 to 5 years. Yeah, I didn't know whether that would happen or not, but at the end of the day, here I am 28 years later, and I've now built a business across 20 plus countries that Juice Plus operate in. I get paid from those countries. You know the deal. We've moved out to Portugal. Michelle and I still operate our business from there. You know, we're still active. I mean, we're in a population where most people are retired. And that's the interesting thing is most people retire from their businesses and then get a pension. We actually retired into our business and continue to get an income, which is very powerful indeed. So here we are today. So Howard, what are you eating, for God's sake?
Yes, that is something. It's really tasty.
That is not what we want to see on a call.
Look, it just goes to show, you know, you shouldn't let sort of minor things like meals come between you and a bit of training. I'm prepared to multitask.
Could you not raise the kind of like the kind of screen so we don't have to see you kind of chewing away there?
All right, well, I'll turn you away then. Just jealous. Organic chicken and roasted veggies, nothing better.
Okay, so listen, I want to keep this short and sweet. And what I've done, I think I'm going to kind of give you these kind of trainings in bite-sized chunks. And I'm happy to intersperse them with any other trainings that you guys do. But the first training that I've kind of put together, I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to share one slide that I put together, which I think will encompass pressing the reset button. Yeah. And let me just kind of do that now. If I can find it. You all see that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So this is what I learned when I first came into the business. I was so lucky when I first came into the business because the mentors that I had were just amazing. So Howard, you chomping away at your steak? Could you put yourself on mute if you are?
Sorry, say again?
Put yourself on mute. I hear you chewing away there.
All right.
This was one of the things that I learned really from the very first off. And this is what's called the concept wheel, okay? And this concept wheel, you can actually start whenever you want to. It's like drawing a line of sand, a line in the sand. You know, what happened before doesn't have to happen now. You can actually step over that line and completely change. And the first thing you need to change is this thing to start off with, which is called desire. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's your desire that will actually really power you through where you want to actually get to. Yeah? And that desire has to be in one form and one form only. Yeah? It has to be a burning hot desire. Not something that's tepid. I'll do it until tomorrow, or I'll do it until the kids come home. I'll do it until my husband says I can't do it. I'll do it until somebody says boo and it's a pyramid or whatever. Yeah, you've got to totally kind of be bulletproof from that point of view. And that desire, you have to really find out why you want to do this business. Yeah, and you want to put that down in your first journal for this month, why you're doing this business, why your desires ride hot. And it could be, hey, company mission, inspire healthy living around the world. Well, that's got to be as good as anything to get you going, isn't it? I see so many people that are kind of not eating properly, are doing all the wrong things in life. The desire to help these people is something that keeps me going. I see people coming in that want to achieve more income. I see people that are single parents that want to do better for their family. Lots of different things. It's that desire. I want to do things for my own family. Yeah? You all agree?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So once you've got that desire, the next thing you need to work on is your belief. And this is a really interesting one because the belief comes in 3 forms. The first form is belief in the company that you're working with. And for me, that's never, ever been in doubt, because when I first got involved, I researched Juice Plus, and it was NSA at the time. I went to Memphis to kind of check out the company. I understood what a solid background, the company, the actual people that were involved, and I wanted to align myself with that. 28 years later, we're now going to approach our 50th year with the same company. Mm-hmm. And the people, some of the people have changed in terms of the corporate structure, but my belief in the company is so solid that nothing can anyone say that would detract me from this company. Mm. So I've been probably approached many times with other network marketing companies, but my only reply would be not interested, because I believe that I found the best company for me to be with forever. And why would I want to change? Mm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Second belief is in the products. And the products are so important because, we as a group, and this is the dichotomy that we have. Do we lead with the products or do we lead with the business? Yeah. Bob Burdick, our sponsor in America, will always say, I never know which one it is, so I'll do both together. And he's right. But your belief has to start with the products themselves, because you cannot get involved in network marketing unless you believe in the products. And I remember someone actually saying to me very first off, Gordon, you will only retail what you use yourself. So what you've got to have is belief in all the products. So if you're not using all the products in terms of the premium, the omegas, the bars, the complete, all the products that are out there, the lift, you're never going to share those with other people, because our business is about stories. And once you have a belief in something, you're going to sell a story. And it's the story that will actually kind of, market the products ourselves. You agree?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. The third belief is in, who do you think?
Yourself.
Correct. And that's the kind of big one, really, because when we introduce this to new people, what is their belief like? 0 or very small. And we believe in them more than they believe in themselves. So our job is to help them have belief. So the belief will come, from perhaps helping them with personal development, helping them with going out hand to hand, and helping them with Zoom calls or third-party calls to their key prospects, helping them to write their prospect list so that they will then be able to kind of educate themselves when they speak to people. Because the worst thing is, if you go out, and I always remember Jeff Montague Smith saying this to somebody, if you go out and start to advertise on Facebook a very brand new person without educating them, it's like walking naked down the street. And it is in a way, yeah? So you've got to have that belief. And once you've got that belief in yourself, you can do anything. And combine that with the company and the products. When you've got that belief in place, then what you've got is a commitment, yeah? And the commitment that you give, and you know the definition of commitment, don't you? Do you? Commitment is doing the thing you said you would do long after the mood you said it in has disappeared. Isn't it?
Yeah.
So true.
How many times have we said we're going to give up smoking, drinking, eating chocolate, drinking booze and all the rest of it, and then 2 days later we go to a party or we go kind of out and we see a bar of chocolate or whatever else, you know what I mean? So commitment is the key. And the commitment comes in, again, 3 forms. The commitment is short term, which is what today's call is all about. Let's press the reset button. Let's do it for the next 30, 60, 90 days. Then the commitment is the medium term. And for those people that were at Simon Mitchell's kind of training that we had at the Vision Day, what did he say a medium term was for him?
1,000 days.
1,000 days. What's that? 3 years. Yeah. And I believe that is exactly where you want to be. Give that commitment for 3 years. Teach people within your own business that this is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's something that you need to work at. It's something you need to improve at. It's something you need to grow at. And once you've done all those things, success will come your way. And the third kind of commitment is really long-term. 28 years, I can't believe I've been in business 28 years. It's unbelievable in terms of that. But it's something that I look back on with amazing amount of satisfaction. I've been kind of like watching people all my life, and I went to accountancy kind of training and all the rest of it. 3 of the people that I share the flat with have been made redundant. One of them 7 times.
Wow.
As an accountant, 7 times he'd been made redundant. And here I am, I've had one job for 28 years. Incredible. But that's the commitment that I've given over the years. And it's the thing that will keep you going. So it's the commitment. Once you've got that desire, the belief is in place, you then start to take commitment and then put your plan together. So there's a lot of people on the call here tonight that have got up lines, that have got maybe down lines, that have maybe got cross lines. And what you want to be able to do is sit down and plan what you need to do. Because I'm a figures man. I can see exactly what's happening from the figures. So one of the things that I see from the figures is that if you do performance bonus every month, which is 1,250, you will qualify your business for all the commissions you need to get up to a certain level. Okay? It's so important to do that 1,250. If you do more than 1,250, then what the company allow you to do is to put the excess of 1,250 into a pot. That maybe some months you might not be able to do 1,250, but you can use the pot again to take some out. So I know people that are not planning to put more stuff in the pot when the pot is being taken out all the time. And it's very simple to do the pot and do the plan. If you set a target for the whole of your group to do 825 plus 1, let's look at that. At the moment, that's worth £50 a month extra on your check. £50 a month. And I'm going to a PMD meeting, and I'm going to advocate that we continue the 825 plus 1 incentive, because if you do it 2 months, you get £100. If you do it 3 months, you get £150 consecutively. Now, to me, that is a great incentive for basically planning out your business and actually kind of adding 1 new person, 4 PCPs effectively in your business every single month. And it's a very simple plan to follow and duplicate. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, Michelle kind of posted up something, who wants to take the business to the next level? I posted that plan up, and very few people commented on that plan from there. And that is the plan basically that I followed when I first got started. you know, it was called 5 in 1, 5 new customers plus 1 new distributor. And that was the plan that I followed for 2 years. And that was the thing I endeavored to do every single month. And, you know, it built my business. And then the first month, I always remember I wrote a list of, I was asked by my sponsor to write a list of 200 names. I got to 60 and I phoned the guy up and I said, oh, I've got to 60 names. And he's a dentist. And his receptionist answered the phone and she said, oh, may I speak to Robert? And she said, oh, he's in surgery at the moment. Just hold a minute. And then she came back to me and she said, Robert wants to know how many people you got on your list. And I thought, ooh. I said, I've got 60. And she said, he says, get 200. And she hung the phone up on me. I thought, oh, you cheeky little devil. And I tell you what I did do, it made me go and get my books out, get my diaries out, because we didn't have mobile phones that had 1,100 people or 1,400 people on Facebook or 2,000 people on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? I had to basically work at getting all those people there. But I got 200 people together. And guess what? We went to see a number of those people together. And in the first month, I went sales coordinator because I saw 80 people in my first month.
Wow.
And that's the story that you all need to do. Have a plan. Go and see those people. I mean, with Facebook and social media, you can touch more people than you can ever do. But if you're not adding in new people into your Facebook groups and plans, you're not going to be speaking to new people. And that's the kind of the big key, really.
Mm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got your desire in place, you got your belief, you made a commitment, and you've put your plan together. So what are you going to do? You're going to take action. Yeah? And, you know, okay, I put the correct action there, but really, at the end of the day, an imperfect plan started today is better than a perfect plan created tomorrow. Yeah? And our business, if you look at a percentage, 85% of it should be action. And when I say action, it should be income-producing activities. Do you all know what the income-producing activities of our business is?
Yeah.
What is it, Katie?
Oh God, I've gone blank. Talk about the business, talk about the products, and invite to events. Yeah,
talking is great, but sharing is better.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're sharing your personal story, you're sharing your personal kind of belief about what's going on. Talking is just a casual conversation. So be careful how you use those words, because sharing is the most important thing. You're doing it not because you want that person necessarily to come into your business, but you want to give them the opportunity that you see by sharing your belief and the products and the business and all the rest of it.
Hmm.
What's the number one important thing, do you think, on those three things, Leslie?
On what, sorry?
Sharing the products, sharing the business, or attending events?
Sharing the products.
Azra, what do you think it is?
What's the most important out of three of those?
Yeah.
For me, they're all important. Obviously, promoting events, it's very important activity because people get to see the bigger picture. But which one the most important? It's
Okay. You're right. Sharing and taking people to events is the number one important activity. But guess what? It's the hardest activity.
It is the hardest.
It is the hardest. And I always remember Jeff Roberti at one of the trainings I went to. He said that a very good tool about getting to people to events is a pair of handcuffs. So what you do is you handcuff them to your car and you don't let them get out until they come to the event. But in all honesty, that's the thing that actually did it for me. If I had never come to an event and somebody told me about Juice Plus or sharing the products with me, I would never have been involved today. But what I saw was I created a vision for myself in my own brain, listening to other people's testimonials that really got us, kind of like, it really activated the whole kind of, enthusiasm with my brain, the kind of excitement that I had about our business. And even now, 28 years later, I'm excited about it. And the reason why I'm excited is that, less than, 2 months, 80 days away, we're going to Edinburgh. And for me, that is the most important thing that we need to be focusing in on in the next 90, 80 days or whatever, coming to Edinburgh. And Azra, for you, you've got Grenada just along the road from you. I think the week after Edinburgh, I think Grenada in Spain is the next conference that Juice Plus are running. So getting people there, getting your new people there is so important. But here's the key: getting yourself there. Yeah. If you've had a good 6 months since the last conference, then the conference needs you. If you haven't had a good 6 months since the last conference, you need the conference. And it's like a shot in the arm. We're all self-employed. We're all, self-motivated. Therefore, our big motivation is going to the conferences and seeing what's going on. And before that, there's lots of local events. I know James is running an event next week. There's events going on all around us. And if you haven't got events going on around you, create an event yourself. Yeah? So sharing the product, sharing the business, attending events with guests is very, very important. And that's where the action comes. And then obviously teaching people to do the same. And here's the other thing. People will do what you do, not what you tell them to do. So if you're not an event, don't expect anyone else to go to an event. So who's coming to Edinburgh?
Me.
Yes.
Yes. Who's that? Who said that?
I'm going.
Good. Alicia, is that you? Howard, you going to Edinburgh, aren't you?
Yeah, all booked.
All booked. Great. So if you're not going to Edinburgh, look at your diary, see if you can get there, whatever it takes to get there. I remember going to Amsterdam once to a conference, and it was very early on in the Juice Plus arena when Juice Plus came in. I shared a bedroom with 7 guys, 7 people. There were bodies all over the place, but the cost was really cheap because there wasn't very much to pay between us. I think we paid about 20 euros each or something like that for this room. It was unbelievable. But I was there, and I made sure that I was there. So that's the kind of the action you take. The next thing, if 85%, I've lost my blinking earphones. If 85% is about action, 10% is about working on yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, that could be reading a book a month. It could be listening to a podcast every day. It could be, going to some personal development kind of seminars. Whatever it takes for you to step up and build your own self-esteem, confidence, etc. But working on you is so important. And the last 5% that you need to work on in terms of action is admin. Yeah? So, kind of being in the office all the time, kind of looking at, the virtual office, trying to kind of find out ways that you can increase the turnover or whatever else. It's not going to work. You really need to be just minimizing that as much as possible. And if you've got a problem on that, just phone the office or phone me, and we can sort that out. But does that kind of like, get the kind of action that you need to take to restart your business this month?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing, Gordon.
So guess what happens? And it all depends on you. You're going to get results. Yeah. Yeah. And there's a little kind of, footnote here. Yeah. Is that no action gets no results. Right? Little action gets what?
Little.
No results.
Oh.
Doesn't get little results, it gets no results. Because what you're not doing is you're not committing enough to stimulate the action that you are taking to get a result in the first place.
Mm.
Yeah.
So here's the big one. What does massive action give you?
Massive results.
Yeah. Yeah. And do you know why? Because you never hear a no by taking massive action. You just carry on. And the more action you take, the more results you're going to get. And guess what happens when you do that? You're going to get a better understanding of how our business works. You're going to look back and say, well, that week was amazing, but what I did was I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I need to work on this, I need to work on that, maybe I need to read another book, maybe I need to kind of go and see more people, maybe I need to write another list. And then what happens is your desire will increase, your belief will get stronger, your commitment will get more, your plans will get more concise, and the action you take will get even better. And the only difference between every single person on this call, in any what level you are, is that it's how many times you've been round this wheel. Mm-hmm. So Azra and Katie, you know, sales coordinators, you've been round this wheel quite a few times. In fact, Katie, what was your kind of qualification period? 60 months, I thought?
Yeah, I didn't even realize that until Michelle told me yesterday.
60 months. That is unbelievable. Yeah? I mean, that is 5 years worth of taking action.
Yeah.
And probably you would admit that for the first couple of years, you didn't take that much action.
Oh, I didn't do bugger all.
Yeah. And in fact, the interesting thing is, it's almost like a graph. If you plot the graph, it goes like this. Because you're kind of getting more belief, more desire, more commitment, you're taking more action now than you ever did in the previous 3 or 4 years. Yeah? And that's what's going to give you a result. Same with you, Azra. Howard, same with you. I mean, I love our daily phone calls. Howard phones me up daily. Not only to tell me what car he's driving, but it's, you know, just to check in, you know, what he's doing, how many people he's spoken to, what he's speaking to. And that is fantastic from that point of view. And it's that kind of action that will really bring you to a new level and that new commitment. I mean, I thought, oh my God, I looked what 28 years in terms of qualification periods, because I think that's what I've actually done, 28 years of qualification.
Wow.
336 times.
Wow.
I qualified my first month and I've never not stopped qualifying since then.
Amazing.
No wonder Bob and Sue love me at Burdick in America. They send me a Christmas card every year. Anyway, listen, that's 9 o'clock, 10 past 9. You know, I've really said what I wanted to say. Any questions?
No, that was absolutely amazing.
Yeah?
Thank you so much. We just need to take action now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's easy to say, but it's hard to do, Azra. And, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, it's making the commitment to do it, whatever it takes.
Should we say what 2 things we're going to concentrate on this month?
Yeah, great idea. Go on, Katie. You kick it off.
Well, I already decided before we were going to do this this call, but my 2 things I'm concentrating on this month is I want to get someone to the London event next week, so I really want to try and promote that event.
Yeah.
And also want to bring on a team member.
Okay.
So they're the 2 things. Like, I don't want to dilute myself too much. I want to do those 2 things.
Okay. Brilliant. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Leslie.
I'll definitely recruit someone.
Okay.
Desperate to recruit someone, and get them to an event.
Okay, so very similar to what Katie was saying, really, isn't it? But be careful about desperate. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And I always remember the founder and owner of Juice Plus, or the managing director, CEO. He always used to say, Gordon, brighten up and guess what? The business will lighten up. Or lighten up, your business will brighten up. So if you're more relaxed, people will come towards you, because we're all very kind of keen to shine the torch in people's faces. And it's a bit like a rabbit. You get frightened. I don't want to know about this. But if you hold your torch up the way, like a beacon, people come to you.
I'm just impatient, Gordon.
I know we all are.
I want it all now.
So you're not into delayed gratification, then?
No. No.
So Natasha, what about you?
Well, mainly training, follow-ups.
Sorry, say that again.
Is doing follow-ups, follow-up with prospect customers. There's a big list, and we've got a couple of teamies on the burner as well. But it's like Leslie, it is I want it now. I want to plan my event. I've got a big list of plans. Need to implement all the plans.
Yeah. So Natasha, you know the fortune is in the follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Howard, what are you doing?
I've had my dinner. I'm now making my lunch for tomorrow, yeah?
Could you just put yourself on mute for a minute and I'll shout you back in a minute?
No, don't worry.
You know, the fortune is in the follow-up. So, you know, if you've got people, if I had like £5 for every single person that had as a prospect and then didn't follow them up, I'd be a massively rich person at the moment. Yeah, more so than, you know, I am. But what you need to do is follow up on those people. And that's where you will get your best team people from. And the other key is the people you think will, won't, and the people you think won't, will. So be careful of making sure that you follow up with everybody, not just the ones that you think will.
Definitely. And like you say, it's also, and we pass this down to the team, is you've always said you can't say the right thing to the wrong person, the wrong thing to the right person.
Yeah. And Leslie, just coming back to you and events, etc. You going to come to Edinburgh?
Might do.
I tell you what, I'm going to post up our team dinner tonight on the Facebook group. We've got this most amazing venue, seriously, and we've got a full Scottish kind of variety for you boys, and it's going to be amazing. Just to come to a party and our team dinners is phenomenal, and sometimes it's the best part of the conference, isn't it, Katie?
I love it. Yeah.
Brilliant. So Azra, what about your two hot lists?
Because I've got my separate franchise now for Marcel, so I believe I've just gone DD this month.
Oh, well done!
I think so.
That one slipped through the net.
I need 825 for DD, right? Points.
825 points, yeah.
Well,
it depends where Marcel sponsored you. Are you in the UK or are you in Spain?
I'm UK.
Okay, 825.
I had over 1,000 points, so I should be DD. So my next month, this month, October, I want to go as DD. I want to help my 2 teamies to go DD. And I want 2 more teamies. So that's my goal.
Wow.
This month.
Wow. That's a great plan.
Yes.
So I hope your upline is going to be kind of fleshing that out with you, is he?
Well, I hope so.
Oh my God, there's a spider.
If he's not, let me know. Let me know. A spider?
A spider in my room.
Oh
no. Oh dear.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
It was massive.
That's all right. I play golf.
Friends.
I play golf with a guy from Australia, and he says the smaller they are, the more they bite. So don't worry about the big ones.
God, just gone under the bed.
Oh no! So Rachel, how about you?
Sorry, just had to unmute myself. Right, so I think, listen to what you've said tonight, and I think that I need to go back to the beginning a little bit. So I think that I really need to focus on the desire part. I think Lewis and I keep talking about vague things that we really want to happen, but we haven't sat down. I think we need to like really make it like, this is why we're doing it. We need our why to be a lot stronger, and belief in myself. So I'm trying to do a lot of work on myself at the moment. So I think I need to really go back to the fundamental bits that you were talking about, and also just sort ourselves out about Edinburgh, because we've got tickets, but it's a weekend, we've got kids, and we're just trying to figure out how to do it. So I just need to actually make a commitment about that and get it sorted. So,
I mean, the easiest thing for me to say is bring them with you, but I mean, you know, I know that's not going to be an option, but
it's tricky.
Yeah, I know. But
originally we were going to invite my parents along as well, and like you know, enjoy Edinburgh. We're just going to pop over here. But my parents care for my gran, so it's all very tricky. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out. We've got to actually make a plan for that.
Okay.
Yeah, and commit to it. Yeah.
Yeah. And let me tell you, if you come to Edinburgh, when you come to Edinburgh, your business will be 6 months ahead of anyone that doesn't come to Edinburgh. Because of the things that we mentioned tonight. You know, your belief will be stronger, your commitment will be better because you see other people believing and committing. You're kind of, you know, the results that you will get when you hear what's happening with other people will actually kind of really motivate you to move it forward. So it is massively key, massively key. Vera, come and tell us what your 2 things are. Unmute, that's it.
Yeah, just did it. The same as Katie, I need team. The ones that I've had are just lost somewhere in the air, so I'm not going to work on trying to light up their fire in their bellies. But I've opened a lot of conversations. I've reopened a lot of conversation, both products and business. It's only taken me 3 years to get to where I am. And I'm still SDD, so I really want to get to SC before Edinburgh. And I've got my ticket for there, so I'm definitely going. That's a non-negotiable. So events, I'm going to all the London events unless something occurs. I'll be there next Wednesday, Katie. I've already invited quite a few people, but I need to follow up with them. And also keep inviting.
Handcuffs.
So yeah, team, events, and sign someone up this month.
Okay. And by signing someone up, is that enough to get you to sales coordinator cumulatively?
I don't really know, actually.
So can I suggest that you look at the numbers? Or
I avoid looking
who's
at
your upline? Who's your upline?
Paula.
Okay, get Paula to do it. I would say James, but you got no chance with him. But no, I'm recording this as well. Sorry, James. No, get Paula to look at it, and if she can't look at it, let me know. Or here, the best thing, phone the office.
I can phone up. Yeah.
Phone the office.
I did it cumulatively. God, 2 years ago. So
Right.
I haven't moved.
Right, but by getting to Edinburgh as a sales coordinator, you will feel so much more different than you are at the moment.
I know. I feel sick and tired of seeing everyone else go up on stage and not moving. And
yeah.
So I'm committed.
We've all been there.
Not
We've all
just
been there.
hoping,
Yeah.
because before it was, it would be nice, it would be great, but now I'm committed to making sure that happens. At least trying, really trying, not hopefully trying.
Yeah, just do. Don't try.
Yeah, as Yoda says.
Just do it. Safia, over to you.
So we are going to be planning a couple of events. So one for November and one for January. So that would be
What kind of events?
Just ones in Bristol to get people along, talking about the business and the products and things.
Right.
So just chatting to people more. I think I've put that on a bit of a back burner. So just, yeah, building that sort of reputation and, you know, connecting with more people. I'm super duper close to SDD, so I'll be embarrassed if I don't hit it this month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you coming to Edinburgh?
I can't get the time off, unfortunately. I know. I've always wanted to go to Scotland as well, but yeah.
What about Hamburg later this month?
I haven't heard any information about that. I'll have a look at that.
26th, 27th of October.
Oh, nice. Cool. I'll
Yeah.
have a look into that one. Nice.
Yeah. So, you know, local events, you know, just the same, you know, getting yourself there is one of the keys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you attracting the right tribe? You know, we talked about this quite a lot. You know, Simon Mitchell was on about this, and Charlie mentioned it at the last Aquila meeting. You know, it's looking at the people that you're attracting as opposed to, you know, kind of putting a blunderbuss out there and just hitting everything that's out there. You know, are you looking at the kind of people? What's your age group that you're looking at? What's the kind of profile of the person that you're looking at?
Yeah, I mean, I do find that it's like a lot of definitely like my age.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I can connect with that. And then it is sort of just tailoring it and using my instincts. So obviously if someone's saying, you know, struggling with skin, or they've just started like a fitness journey and stuff like that, then just popping up and chatting to them and seeing where that goes. Also, like, I love chatting about travel, so that's very easy to talk to people about that. And yeah.
And how are you finding the Germans?
They're nice, they're lovely. They're fine. Yeah.
And have you checked out what Dan and Harriet are doing in Bristol?
No, I haven't.
Because I'd be aligning myself with them and finding out what they're doing. Because you know, if you were going to do something in January and you know, an event before that in November, and does that coincide with you coming back to the UK?
Yeah.
I would find out what they're doing, so see if you can kind of, like, you know, do something with them.
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, it would be really great to have some sort of like guest speaker to sort of spark it up. And yeah, definitely.
So when are you coming back in November?
So it's mid-November. It's like just after Edinburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, you know, keep at it. It's you've got to just kind of make it happen. And you know, you've been in the business for a while now. You know the things to do. And you've heard what we've mentioned tonight. You know, it's not rocket science.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, Harriet, because I've kept you on. This is like an hour call. Harriet, what about yourself? Thank you very much, Safia.
I need to do like more lives and actual content and stuff. And I've been thinking of the word for ages and I can't figure it out. You know, like when you do a poll and people like press the button for the poll, like I can't remember what it's called. I want more of that. And then
so let me stop you there, because I think this is quite interesting. I was at a meeting, an NND meeting, and there was a few people there that were doing these polls. And I saw a phenomenal amount of people, like I'm speaking about 135 people saying, I want more information. I mean, that's got to be a prospect list that you can write on a daily basis. But I'm not sure if you can do a poll on a daily basis, but you could do it on a weekly basis, couldn't you?
Yeah, that's what I want. I need to do more polls, but I need to like do some like you do a couple of posts and then you do a poll, and so people have seen a little bit and then they get to decide what they think on the poll, kind of thing. I really can't think of the word.
They vote.
Yeah, but like, is it interaction? What's the word that we normally
engagement?
Not a survey then.
You want more engagement on your posts.
Engagement. Thank you.
Who said that? Who's they?
That was Alex.
Alex.
Knows you so well.
Okay.
And I want a new customer and Teamy. Like, it's gone so dry, it's ridiculous.
But it's about communication and speaking to people, isn't it? You know,
Engaging.
Engaging. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And you know, listen, there's nothing to stop anybody from getting 3 or 4 or 5 new customers. You know, it's just a case of putting it down and making that plan that you're going to do that. And Bob Burdick always used to say to me that, you know, that there's nothing, anybody that actually does 3 new customers and 1 new distributor a month for the next 12 months, their business will look so much different in 3 years' time compared to anyone else that doesn't do it. And he's right. He's right. And 3 customers is nothing really. I know it says like it's easy, but you know, it's 1 a week, 1 every 10 days, you know, this month. I challenge you to do that, Harriet.
Thanks.
There we go. So Harriet, well, let's reveal Alex behind that kind of monster there. Alex, let's see your picture rather than that. Let's see you live. Where are you?
That's him skiing.
Where is he?
That's him skiing in the picture, I think.
Is it?
Or someone skiing, yeah.
It's his backpack and skiing.
Yeah, it was
there we go.
skiing in that photo. But it's really old and I can't look out to change
Okay.
it. But I haven't.
So come on then, tell us what your commitment is then, Alex.
Commitments.
Yeah, what your plan is for this month? What 2 things are you focusing in on?
It's very similar to Harriet. I just want more engagement. So when I do actually put something out there, asking about a poll, not just that 1,000 people see it, and only I get 100 people vote on it. I want 1,000 people to see it, and I want at least 30% of them to be voting. And then when I do message them, they say, "Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yes, I'm game." Or I clicked the button by accident. I don't come in blind at them so much.
Yeah. Interesting you should say that because Charlie did this training at the last Aquila Vision Day. And when you engage with these people, what do you do? Are you still communicating via Messenger, that type of thing?
Yeah, 100%. But I'm learning.
So when they say to you, well, tell me a little bit more about it, Alex, what do you do?
Well, with neuro-linguistic training.
Right. So what do you do?
So it's more of a sales technique than anything. It's mimicking the way that they talk, and say if I'm talking to someone and they're putting really, really long messages, I will beef up what I'm saying and put more words in to emulate the way that they're speaking as well. Where if they're sending 3 sentences and 3 separate messages, then I'll put 3 messages in, or 3 sentences and 3 separate messages, and then it gets me more on the same kind of level as them, and then they believe they trust me a little bit more, and it's much easier to build rapport that way.
So if they say to you, Alex, send me something, what do you send?
Well, I send them the Scott Henley video because that's what I vibe with. It was Scott Henley that got me interested and excited about the business in the first place. Okay, so let me stop you there. Why don't you send a 60-second voice message from you, not even a voice message, a video message from you, getting excited yourself rather than Scott Henley? Because Scott Henley ain't going to build your business. You are going to build your business. So by you getting excited to some prospect is going to attract them much more than a third party that you've never introduced before, and then all of a sudden he comes into the picture. A is a lot older, B is a different background, and you've created the rapport with somebody. So by putting your own voice message, that's the thing in video that's going to attract other people. Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah,
and it's not going to then put them off, because what you're doing is you'll see whether they watch it or not, and then from there you know whether you've got a genuine prospect. Because I think we spend a lot of time with lots of messages on Messenger and Facebook and all the rest of it. You need to bring it to a kind of head in many ways, and the way you bring it to a head is appear yourself. Be yourself. Tell them why you're excited about. Give them the elevator pitch as to why you're going to do this business with or without them, and then see how they take it from there. You've got nothing to lose. You've got 100 people. If you do that to 97% and they say no and 3% say yes, it's still a result.
Yeah.
Yeah? Try it and see.
Yeah. The second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through my Facebook and clear out, and same with my Instagram, I'm going to clear out everybody that is like inactive or doing something that doesn't quite fit with me 100%. I've got quite a lot of people who I've unfortunately taken the wrong path in life, and I wouldn't want to align them with, because yes, we're building the business, but we're also trying to build, I don't know if you guys, but we're also trying to build a brand.
Yeah.
So then go forward with much more certainty and much more, I want to say clout, but that's quite like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, with more, with more weight behind what we're saying.
Yeah. I mean, listen, your board of directors will come from the people that you associate with. So if you don't want to associate with those people, just clear them out of your Facebook. Sure. Yeah, 100%. Okay, well done. We'll look forward to that, and we'll look forward to you helping your downline in terms of Harriet. Oh, you're both together, aren't you? You're both in the same team, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would give us great success to see you two guys across the stage as NMDs.
NMDs, eh? Yeah, we'll give it a go.
Okay, give it a go. Well, that sounds very tentative. Okay, Alicia, penultimate person.
Hi.
Hiya, you all right?
Just about. I'm just a bit run down where I've been doing so many things recently.
Okay. So give us a couple of things quickly that you are going to do this month.
So the first thing I want to do is mainly for myself, but I want to dance more.
Okay.
It's just always been a passion of mine, and I had a little dance in the studio for 10 minutes, and
Right.
I felt amazing after.
Okay.
The second thing is I want to post more about what I'm doing and like why I'm doing it.
Right.
And yeah.
Okay, so the dancing is fantastic. So we can put that as a personal one thing. But in terms of the business, I mean, how's that going to help your business, and what you're going to do to develop your business moving forward? Because what we said, sharing the business, sharing the products, attending events, those are the three key things. What would you be looking to do to actually help you move forward from there?
So I have a lot of dancers and actors and people on my timeline, and they often post about being tired and run down, kind of like how I feel today, which is why I doubled up this morning, and I'm going to double up tomorrow on my capsules.
Okay.
I'm going to post a bit more about how my capsules do help me day to day, and how my complete shakes help me have like the proper nutrition to repair after a session at the gym or when I'm dancing.
Sounds fantastic. So what Harriet was saying about a poll and getting engagement, being able to dance and show that you've got the more energy and all the rest of it, and then having a poll, who would like more energy, da-da-da-da-da. That sounds a great way of getting engagement.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I've been doing a couple of polls recently. I've not been sharing them on Facebook. It's more been my interactions with people.
Yeah.
About sort of what makeup looks I should be doing, and what like color themes, that sort of thing. And I've been like doing what people think I should be doing. Like on my picture, I did that look today because someone wanted me to do a black look for Halloween. But I like my pinks, my reds, so blacks was a struggle.
Okay.
Try.
Right. Okay.
But since then, they've sort of followed both my accounts, one of my makeup account and my gym account, and which both get views and likes and messages.
Right.
And I've got more exposure.
Okay. Okay. Fantastic. Good. So listen, it's just about, it's just, you know, you're saying exposure, about engagement. It's about, you know, kind of putting it out there and speaking to more people on Facebook. And if that's your medium that you actually use, that's going to, you know, help you to build a business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Last but by no means least, you've fed yourself, you've moved yourself, you're out the kitchen.
I am.
That naked chef, Howard Frisch.
The naked chef. Yeah, it was all very unsophisticated food this evening, I'm afraid. Yeah.
So tell us, what's your couple of things?
825 plus 1 for me, and to help Shanice get 2 new direct distributors under her. One of which will be hopefully the lady who hosted a very successful very successful in-home this evening, which involved a Zoom link to myself and Michelle. That certainly seemed. I've had one phone call since from somebody who's very interested in getting their child onto Healthy Starts for Families. So that would be really, really exciting. But really just to continue connecting with more people, engaging with more people, and you know, using the events. Really, the basis, and you talked about it obviously earlier, Gordon, when you were going through Concept Wheel, is that the power of events. I mean, we all know it's the nearest thing to a silver bullet in our business, and the events that are in London, if you haven't been to it yet, come along. You know, we are having 4, 5, or 6 NMDs and greater each time. Two of the African ladies, Lena and Nagara Kawalia and Ego, are going to be there. And I believe Constance told me at the last Power Day that she is going to be there as well. There is going to be a serious presence. So if any of you are in the London area, if any of you have got London prospects, this is an event that is really starting to, you know, get some serious traction. So utilising that event's been immense fun, and it's been the cornerstone of the great start that my new team is Shanice has made. So yeah, it's really just continuing on that path, and really just I really want to have 4 active legs. I now have 2. I need 2 more. I think fairly close to sort of getting somebody else sponsored. If I can get 2 more, then that will really set me on, not only to hit SSC, but really sort of put me in pole position to go for Q thereafter by having 4 active legs.
Right. Listen, you know, anyone on this call tonight deserves the success because you've actually given a commitment to actually be in the business for such a long time. Leslie, you're an exception to the rule, but you've actually shown commitment since you've been in the business in the first place. But B, you know, you've actually you've taken action. All of you have taken action. You know, we now need to be focused in terms of where we take that action and move it forward from there. So listen, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's call. I tried to make it as simple as possible and as interactive as possible. And you know, listen, I've taken 2 or 3 pages of notes just listening to you guys. So I'm happy to post those up in Action Takers if you're interested. Do you want me to post this call into Action Takers?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, why don't you post it in Aquila and say, if you want to be involved in Action Takers and you've got to be, you know, an action taker, and get involved in the calls and the Facebook Lives and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, to me, action takers should be the definition of action takers, people taking action. Yeah. You know what I mean? Now, we could either set a kind of limit, which was you've got to be at a certain level and above to be in action takers, which might preclude some people that are on the call, for instance, tonight. But the fact that you're on the call, you're taking action anyway. But it's actually, let's see how it goes in the next week or so from what the things that you've actually said here. You know, let's see what, you know, the come action is being taken. You know, let's set a team goal. What we got, 12 people on the call. Let's say that we all do at least 1 PCP for the next week. Okay. Right? every time you do a PCP, say I've done a PCP in Action Takers and put the number. So I've done what? We'll count down from 12. So once you've done one, say you're number 12. If you've done another one, number 11. And then I tell you what, we'll have another call next week and we'll do a draw and a little prize for the person that's taken the most action in the week.
Oh, yay!
Yeah?
Gordon, I thought you were saying about the 50 new customers for the month. That's another countdown you want us to do as well, yeah?
Yeah, but 12 times 4 is 48. I mean, my maths are kind of like a little bit dodgy, but I could sling in a couple of 2 in there as well. Do you know what I mean? So let's do 50 for the month. Yeah, but let's, again, short-term plan, 1 week, 12. Let's kind of chunk it down. And then divided by 12 is 1 each. It's not hard. Come on.
Not really.
Yeah? Okay, everybody up for the challenge? Say aye.
Aye.
Right, let's have a picture. Let's have a picture before we all sign off. Get your cameras out. Put your camera on, Alex.
Oh.
Where is he?
Oh, hang on a minute. I've just switched mine off.
You can see that. There he is. Right. Get your camera out. Let's look happy. Wait a minute. After 1, 2, 3. Have you got your camera on? Have you got a camera on? Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yay! Does everybody else take the picture?
Yeah, I have.
Good. Right. Okay. We'll post those up. Okay. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for taking your time and being on the call. Sorry, it's been a little bit longer, and we'll make sure that it's shorter next time round. But I hope it's been useful.
Yeah, brilliant.
No question.
Okay.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you guys.
Bye. 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 Bye.